Greetings, world, and welcome to the Lost Tomb of Akarut, where we dungeon dive and fight for our lives and deal with all sorts of problems that may or may not be going on inside this tomb as emblematic of problems in the real world. It's a whole thing, and we deal with these whole things. With me, as always, is my awesome and spectacular kick ass cast that I'm so damn lucky to get to play with. We have Jack the Undying. Say hello, Jack.
Hello.
Excellent. We have Spicy Curry Bread, aka Marcus, aka
Hello.
Tiff. Excellent. We have Asthma. Say hi, Asthma.
Hiya.
Asthma, your character has gone through a minor change since last time. We've rebuilt you a little bit. Yes, is that correct? Why don't you tell everyone who you are now?
Lyra has changed from being an Inquisitive rogue to an arcane trickster.
And we did this because we think the Inquisitive sucks. So, I didn't say that. Yeah, cool stuff. And my homebrew allows you to pick two schools of magic. What two schools of magic did you pick?
Illusion and evocation.
Nice. Well, illusion is the school of being creative, and evocation is the school of accomplishing shit. So, good choice. And last but not least, we've got Emily playing Celia. All good things. So what happened at the end of last game, guys? Where are we?
Fate went up to Zerial and demanded that he turn over his illegal lich favorites thing.
Yeah.
He went over to me and offered me thousands of pounds of gold for free.
Oh. Not
That's
even
clearly how I remember it.
Oh yeah, so just different perspectives.
Yeah. Just different perspectives. That's so right. That's exactly how I feel about it. It was your perspective and my perspective are exactly the same, Jack. Okay. So, Fate is there. This giant anti-magic robot thing. Celia is hiding up the stairs, and trying to avoid being noticed because I think Celia has sort of I'm going to call it a reasonable relationship to Fate, in that Celia and Fate don't like each other, or at least Celia doesn't like Fate. Fate seems not to have much of an opinion on Celia, so much more than just like you are wrong at all points, and as a result is unpleasant to be around. And so there Celia is hiding up the stairs to avoid Fate. I feel like there's a metaphor there. But Fate has responded negatively to stimuli from someone else. Who does Fate not like the stimuli coming from?
Tess, how dare you?
Wasn't me?
It was.
It was Zerial's
Oh.
Oh no, it was Zerial.
that almost worked.
When you said me, I thought it was Jack. Sorry. I wasn't looking. I wasn't thinking.
I'm dead. I can't believe that almost worked. Can you imagine?
Duck season, rabbit season to me.
So Zero, do you know what spell it was that you cast that triggered
It
this?
wasn't a spell. I actually did not cast any spells. I mixed together Lich Fluid and Dark Water.
That's right.
Well, Fate flies towards you and stops there, and its big glowing blue eye starts glowing brightly. And three little orbs sort of emerge from the bottom of its body and start circling it. And it looks at you, and it says, "Explain the compound."
I have no idea, but we just kind of found it in a pool, and it seems to have some weird energy to it.
Where did you find this compound?
Where did we find this? Like, we know it's Lich Fluid, but like we found it in like a pool of, right, guys?
Yeah, with the pillar of skulls in the middle.
Yeah, when we went north across the bridge, just at the entrance,
Yep.
where we found Samo.
I found it up above.
Yeah.
Not quite sure how to lead you back there, but I'm sure we could.
I do not require assistance. One of the fluids that you are using is improper and immoral. Please refrain from using it in the temple.
Oh, okay. Do you want it?
Consider this your first warning. The second warning will be your death.
No, I'm saying I will sell this to you. If you want to get rid of it, you can get rid of it, or I could send it somewhere else. Or I hear you. I accept.
If you are offering it to us, we will take it from you.
Can you offer gold in exchange?
No.
All right. Yeah. Well,
that is not fate.
Alrighty. Yeah. And I think that's all the business we have here. I appreciate your time.
Do not make said mistakes again. And
all right.
before your eyes, the metal walls of this creature start folding in on themselves and shrinking down substantially. And it becomes almost small and cute somehow. Like the different metal walls just fold in and drawn, but it becomes sort of like the same thing it just was, but smaller. Kind of looks like Tis. And it flies over here and starts flying up. And then it sees Celia and says, "Greetings," and then continues. And flies up the
That's
stairs
fine.
and down the hallway. So the 5 of you are down here. The 4 of you plus our big friend. What's his name?
Plastic.
Thank you. Yeah. So the 5 of you are down here, and yeah, you've just come from meeting with the Sphinx. Yeah. What's the plan now that you're down here? So you're gonna come join them?
Sure.
Were we just checking out the secret passage, or are we trying to find another way out? Because that was the initial reason we had gone down the path that led to Unstrusa.
Well, you came across a secret passage, so you went down it. You were theoretically looking for a way out to get Grastic out, because you're worried about this big dumb baby. But then you found a secret passage, and that was interesting. You also do know that there's a secret passage behind Unstrusa, because Unstrusa, the Sphinx, told you there's a secret passage behind me, but wouldn't let you through it. At least not right now. So yeah, no, I'm not certain what your goals are or what your intention is.
Maybe we could bring the bodies back to the tribe, and that would give us an in, as like an act of good faith that we're not there to hurt them, and then we can get closer to the shaman that way.
Well,
sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
No, haven't we already gone to those people? They did really like such. Like we were supposed
That was a
to.
while ago, though. That was like a good fortnight ago.
I think, like, appearance-wise, too, bringing back an entire group of slain bodies is probably not the best hi, how are you? We've definitely not held a grudge against you killing our party member. We're just bringing back these bodies that we totally didn't kill.
Definitely didn't kill. In no way, shape, or form were involved in their death. We were there.
But I
and
didn't.
saw it.
Like this guy, you see those like stab wounds? He just tripped and fell in a pile of swords. Really unfortunate.
Okay, but like, if Virginia had a son, so I feel like you should probably
unfortunate.
just like, I don't know. I
Little
want to bring
boy's
the
gonna
mum's
grow up to be
body
Batman.
back. Oh God. Oh no.
I'd be like, realistically, how much is left of that body? Because like, as much as like I remember, I think he smacked her up against the wall.
Yeah, he smacked her basically and crushed her.
We could like roll her up into a carpet and then just like toss her through the portal. Like I'm sure they'd find it.
That sounds more like a cartel message or something.
Well, I mean, is that not?
You cross us, we send your friends back in a carpet.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, like that's the vibe that I'm getting from you. It's basically your friend dying. I mean, like, oh, I don't know what is going on. I just came into a gang war. I'm just in the middle here, doing my thing. We should explore the area, probably.
Yeah, maybe. Let's see. So we have
Before
another
we start
staircase to our
sending
right.
signs.
then-
So just to be clear, it's hard to see, but the thicker lines are walls. Also, I really did not prep this, but that S there, that's a secret door.
I'm gonna start feeling around on the walls randomly for no
Totally fair.
reason.
But I've added a very clear door in the middle of the room that may or may point somewhere. That may open somewhere.
Right, so we would probably go through the normal door.
Yeah. Cool. So you guys walk through the normal door and you enter into a large, unlit hall that is draped heavily at the western end. A 10-foot wide opening in the first pair of drapes, but the curtain behind something that appears to be a throne are completely unbroken and run from the ceiling to floor and from wall to wall. A wall of bars with 10-inch wide door 10-foot wide door in the center will prevent intruders from approaching the throne. The gate in the bars is locked right now. The throne itself, though, is somewhat crudely constructed and decorated with monster faces and strange runic symbols. It is apparently covered in gold, though, maybe, potentially. Yeah.
Is the door with the bars, is it locked with like a padlock or just like a lock?
Sure. I'll presume. So I'm just going to move you guys into that room for my sake, so that I can see where you are on the map, basically, more or less, kind of. So just for clarity, curtains are this and this, right? 10-foot wide curtains. Padlock gate. Throne. More curtains.
Is it padlocked on our side or theirs?
It is padlocked on your side.
That's weird.
You know, Asma might be able to pick it.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what interesting questions there are each time. But yeah, I'm gonna try and pick the lock.
Okay, so you walk
Right.
forward trying to pick the lock.
I
Sounds good to
might
me.
have, if you don't, I'm assuming you do have it, but I might have a burglar's pack, which may have something in there.
Oh, I've got thieves' tools and a burglar's.
Perfect. All right.
Cool. Yeah. Asma, why don't you roll thieves' tools to try and pick the lock?
Please.
We're totally
Yes.
not trying
21.
to break into a temple.
Yeah.
The guy who we just saw kill an entire party of people.
The lock pops open. I want to also point out that there was a door to the north over there that was quite obvious.
Oh yeah.
For the record, not saying that was the right thing to do or anything like that, but there was a door.
We explore it just in case.
I'm quite interested in this way though, because it sounds like if the padlock's on our side, then it seems like they're trying to keep something in this way. So I want to know what it is.
Can we like throw a couple of stones within that area to see if there are any traps in the fallen?
Yeah, so you throw stones into that area. They bounce along the rocks. Seems fine right now.
Okay. I'm gonna walk up to. Did you say it was like a statue? Oh, sorry, the
The
throne.
throne.
Yes.
It's a throne that's plated in gold.
Sit
Jack,
on
your
it.
character seems to care about wealth and money, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
roll a investigation check, Jack's character.
yeah.
You real?
Let's see.
I don't know.
Investigation. You know, I just realized, where does my character stand on...
Tis, you are muted.
I'm doing some.
Got it.
Some stuff.
No worries.
Where's the llama?
Ouch, my passive perception is higher than my investigation check that I just rolled.
Yeah, this throne is covered in gold plate. It's a fair bit of gold.
Shit.
Probably
Hey
a lot of gold.
Zerio. Hey Zerio. Hey
I
Zerio.
don't know where I stand on this. This is a really... You know what? Nah, I'm gonna leave this alone.
If you don't know where to stand on it, maybe you should sit on it.
Oh,
You should go sit on it.
I think I leave the I draw the line at defiling temples in any sort of way. No particular reason other than the fact that I'm assuming it just has bad juju. Like, I mean, if it's like an evil temple, then I'll totally trust that and I will totally defile that. But this doesn't seem like an evil temple. It seems like a morally gray temple. So like that's where I'm going.
Bearing in mind, we just unpicked a lock that would lock whoever's on the throne inside. But yeah, no, this seems perfectly fine moral-wise. Seems great.
Are there any like plaques or inscriptions anywhere that might say who's meant to be sitting on the throne?
Sure. So it's in sort of an ancient script. Who reads ancient Priani?
Ooh,
Me.
Excellent. Well, that was a good language choice for someone who wants to investigate an ancient Priani too. Prianian? Yeah, Prianian. I'll take it. Yeah. It says that this is the golden tomb of Akarut. Golden throne. Sorry, not tomb. This is the golden throne of Akarut.
Sally's gonna turn to Zerial and she'll be like, if I dared you, would you sit on it?
Not in a million years. you can bet your life on that. Like, there's some things, when I get a bad feeling about something, I'm definitely sticking off of it.
She's just gonna turn expectantly to Lyra.
One of my daggers onto the throne.
You want to put one of your daggers on the throne?
Yeah.
Okay. Your dagger is on the throne. There's now a dagger on the throne.
Nothing.
I'm gonna step outside while they do this. I'm not. I'm not taking any part of this.
Ooh, can I detect magic?
Sure.
And see whether it's magical.
Yeah. So you take
Do I
10
have to
minutes
roll
to
for
cast
that?
detect magic. No. Yes, absolutely, it is magical. It is quite magical. It has a couple different types of magic going for it simultaneously. Specifically, it has divination magic, and it also has necromantic magic.
Hell no. I knew this was a bad idea.
I really want to find out what happens if someone sits on it. I'm just looking at how much HP I've got and wondering if it's worth it.
This right here is the true essence of dungeon crawling, because you know that like 9 times out of 10, engaging with this thing is a bad idea, but you still gotta do it sometimes. You know? Because what
There-
if it's not?
There
What
is
if it's
another
the
room,
time?
right?
Yeah, there's another room.
You
You want
can
to go look at that
explore
room?
that before
Zero,
we
you want to go
like.
look in that room?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Zero heads over to room D.
I'm terrified, and I hope that there isn't something waiting to kill us in that room.
The door to this room is locked, but it is locked with actually 2 heavy bars of strong oak that are on your side.
I am going to need this for this one. I have a glass hand.
Forgot about that.
Probably not the best for lifting heavy oak.
Tis would have gone with him probably, actually, because
Sure.
yeah.
I'll
split
call
the
it
party too
over
much.
even if.
Sounds good. Tiff, how are you doing considering the nightmares that you've been having?
Probably better than I should be.
Okay.
Probably a little better than. Trying to be present. Yeah. Before we open this, do we want to open this? Like, it's barred because something is on the other side that we don't want on this side, right?
Sure. On the door, by the way, you notice that there is the signet of course, Akarut.
Of Akarut.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know about this. Zero.
I mean,
you might as well go for it though, because we've already unlocked the barred door.
Yeah, in comparison to
Something
like,
bad will
defiling
happen.
its temple, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think we're doing like the morally better thing technically. Although, since when have I been concerned with morals?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, this is new.
Yeah.
Okay.
just gonna-
Maybe you had a change of heart after killing a mother.
Yeah, you know, that's a very good point. Perhaps religious superstition is like, oh, you know what? That may be like the what's it called? Distinction, perhaps, and like the difference between wizard and witch of the swamp, right? Like, as long as
What
you
morals?
don't, well, no superstition and religiousness, perhaps. So, like, I don't know. Like, I'm getting the heebie-jeebies.
This will touch one of the oak barricade bars.
Yeah, so the oak wooden slab that bars the door or keeps it barred or whatever doesn't hurt you or anything like that. It's just an oak wooden slab so far as you can tell.
I'll pop off a divine sense.
Yeah, does the divine sense go through walls?
I don't think so, actually.
Right.
Oh no.
It goes around corners.
The question is, does it go through walls?
Goes underneath the doorways like a smooth.
Yeah, celestial fiends are undead that are within 60 feet of you that are not behind total cover. So I want to say no.
Okay, then
The wall is-
your divine sense gets nothing.
Okay. So that's
such
either
an
really good or really
ominous
bad.
answer.
Oh boy.
Fuck it. I'll move the oak thing.
So you move the first oak thing. There's now like this giant, heavy stick of wood in the middle of the floor. There's another oak thing in the braces.
I'll move the other one.
Okay,
How are
and
these doors positioned? Do they open in or do they open out?
they would open towards you.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is, just in case, I'm going to take, with the one good arm that I have, I'm going to prop the door. Like, so, like, you see this corner here, right? So I can take the bar that is the dimensions of this and then put it diagonally against the corner, so that way one of the doors can't open.
Sure, so only one door could open.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that plan. I think that's a great plan. If there's like a horde of things, it would prevent a horde of things from attacking you.
Exactly.
This is a great plan.
If it's a big thing, then the big thing stays in there.
Yeah, absolutely. You prop the door. Yeah, I think that just happens. I don't think there's a roll. I think that's just like safety and protection. Seems good to me. And Tiss, you remove the other wooden block, and it's now lying on the floor. Nothing happened. Let's go check in with our other team. Hey, girls.
Hi.
Yeah.
I don't know if Celia will object to this, but can we use one of the dead bodies and put them on the phone?
Okay, that is not okay.
There is a problem with that.
That is.
There is a problem with that though. If it's like not whole enough that we have to roll it up into a carpet, I'm not sure whether we're going to be able to move it onto the throne.
Okay, not all of them. We don't have to choose like the leader. Not all of them were completely mutilated.
That's pretty.
And they're
That's
still
Um,
relatively fresh bodies. They're not completely old. They have some inkling of maybe life in them.
So this is morals versus curiosity.
Just know
Basically.
that, like, I am disappointed in your guys' moral values, so that
my
should
God.
tell you something.
Whereas I will be disappointed in your curiosity if you don't do it. So,
like, there is like a certain line.
There are no lines in D&D.
I mean, okay, like Celia's already been cursed once, and like it wasn't that bad. It was fine.
But like there's a difference between doing that and putting a dead body on a religious throne.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe I should just go sit on it instead of the dead body, and we miss out all the moral badness.
You know what? Maybe you should go for it.
If it does
I may
seem
get cursed, but I'll get good karma. So
You'll get good karma from me. That's what you'll get.
but
I don't think anyone gets good karma from you.
You'll get my undying respect.
Asma, you're
Undying
fine.
is not great.
I don't know. I think if you sit on them, we don't know what it could do. We don't know if it's just if it will only be activated if like a living body goes into it. So we could try it with a dead one first, and then if that happens, you can sit on it.
I mean, okay, so abjuration and necromantic. I'm
No,
thinking
divination and necromantic.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking maybe it's gonna like tie me to the chair and then it's gonna suck the life out of me. So at least now it can't tie me to the chair and I can get up.
That is definitely true.
Or maybe it brings life back to the dead ones. So if you put them on now, maybe it'll revive them.
Are we really about to create like an unholy zombie in the middle of a tomb?
Yeah, I don't think that's a good
Why
idea
not?
since we were the ones fighting them.
Yeah.
We don't want to bring them back.
It's okay. It'll be okay. We can easily just run a walk them back in.
Mommy's home. Mom, why do you have two broken arms? Where's your leg? Come to Mom.
What's the like corporeal status of duplicates made by mirror image?
They are not corporeal.
That sucks.
Although familiars
What?
are.
You would rather have it be corporeal? You'd rather have
Yeah,
like
because at least then I'm only getting like a third of the damage.
fair enough.
I really want to sit on it.
I'm not going to tell you that familiars are, and I have confined familiar.
Yeah, but would it work on your familiar?
I have no idea what it'll do, but I don't want to do it.
Nice pineapple. You like
Okay, so on this side of the room, I think we have Celia and Lyra fighting and debating about whether to do this or how to do this or what the appropriate thing is. I think that means as they're fighting and debating this, we cut back to the side. Tis, unbarred the doors. One of the doors is propped so that it won't open. But the other door does nothing.
I will
Oh.
check it.
Yeah. Do you still have Divine Sense on?
Yes.
Okay. You sense two incredibly powerful things.
No.
One of them undead, and very, very powerful. Probably one of the more powerful undead you've ever sensed.
Okay.
And the other, you definitely would sense it with Divine Sense. But it doesn't seem to be living or unliving. it seems to be an object of pure malevolence.
Oh, the sword that Sam sent us to get. Did he describe anything about it?
That it was an object of pure malevolence, for example. Kinda, yeah. He said it was dark and evil, and that you should be careful holding it, and that it was really, really powerful, and that it could bring about the end of the world.
Okay, I'm gonna close the door again and then put the yoke thing back.
I mean, that's the reasonable description there.
Yeah.
And then,
Okay, so you go to push the door closed, and suddenly, as you're pushing it closed, it's big, heavy doors, right? Suddenly, something you feel resistance that you didn't feel before.
You have a
Sorry.
moment to talk about our good Lord and Savior.
So I think as you're feeling this resistance, we're going to cut back to Celia and Emily. You guys made a decision yet?
Do you really want to sit on it?
Celia
If
and
you want
Lyra,
to
sorry.
sit, I will not
I
object.
really, really want to sit on it. I haven't wanted to do anything so much in this tomb.
Well,
I
so
think-
Do you object?
No, at this point she's just so little, so determined. I'm just gonna let her have it. I'll just step away and just gesture, go for it.
Like you do with a 6-year-old. Go for it.
Go for it. You can
Learn
do
the
anything.
consequences on your own. Yeah. Okay, thanks. Sure. I'm gonna sit on it.
Cool. Lyra, I want you to roll. Sorry, not Lyra. Celia, I want you to roll a wisdom saving throw. Hey, look at that. So, first of all, you sit on it, and as you sit on it, the first thing that happens is all of these secret doors along the right-hand side of the room, they illuminate for you. You see them, right? There's now like glowing blue energy around them almost. You could not see them before. Now you can see them quite clearly. It's quite obvious that they are there. Glowing blue energy. That's the first thing that happens. The second thing that happens. Oh God, I just realized there's a lot of things going on at the same time, and it's going to be a problem. Okay. The second thing that happens is you start feeling your life drain from you.
That's what I expected, to be honest.
And you're going to take 24 points of necrotic damage.
That's a lot.
for knowledge.
And then a third thing happens. A voice in your head says, you have life and vitality. Are you here for secrets of magic?
Does it sound like the Foxy's stone that we had before?
Nope.
So it's not Foxy's.
Nope.
Good start.
Yeah.
What secrets can you tell me?
Well, before I was bound to this stone, I traveled down pathways of magic heretofore unknown, leapt planes in a single bound before they collapsed into one, and manipulated the bodies of men. I offer the secrets of blood magic.
Oh, that's cool. I already know some blood magic. I'm good, thanks. Can I try get up? Or am I stuck to the chair?
Someone's trying to sell me something.
Yeah, yeah. You just want to leave?
Yeah, for now.
So as you start to get up, it says, "I will only make this offer once. If it goes not to you, it'll go to someone else."
I'll be the blood magician.
Lyra, I would like you to roll a. I would like you to roll a perception check.
Oh, you have quite the eyes.
Nice.
I'm invested in glasses, guys.
Perfect. You see as several slimy things start making their way along the floor, sliding towards you. It's definitely gross. Hold on 1 second. Let's do. Okay. And we'll cut back to Marcus and Zerial. Sorry, Zerial and Tiss. God, I'm all over them up today with names. Tiss, you feel something pushing from the other side as you are trying to push as well.
I'm trying to pull it shut, but it's
you would be pushing it shut. In this case.
pushing it shut. Oh, because I opened in.
It
Okay.
opens towards you. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not. I'm gonna enlarge and I'm gonna try harder.
You're gonna what?
I'm gonna enlarge and I'm gonna try harder.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, roll an athletics check. Zerial, roll a perception check. Tiss add a d4 to that because you were enlarged. Yeah, so Zerial, you see what's pushing back is a single rotting hand covered in bandages. Tiss, let's see if you win this roll off. It's possible that you don't.
So close.
So close. 23 versus 22. So this starts pushing the door open, and even with you enlarged, which we will do now, you feel yourself being pushed back, and a normal sized thing walks through and looks at you. Greetings. I am free now. Thank you much.
Who are you?
I am the one true Akarut, bound to this temple for dealings I made in life that mean nothing to me now.
Is he are they a goblin?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Oh. Are you by chance aware that somebody is pretending to your throne?
Many have tried to do so. None have my power nor force of will.
Decidedly
And
not.
this cage, it has been recently opened, allowing me back into the world and to retake what was mine. You, large subject of mine,
Yes.
Tiss, you have freed me. Do you request a boon?
Sure, I could use a boon.
What would you like?
Tiss's face goes kind of blank, like doing like math in their head blank.
Money, go for money.
We've got money. Well, I don't have all that much. I'm looking for a sword, one by the name World Render, I think.
Yes. I found it here in this tomb. It is quite powerful.
So we hear.
You would like this tool? And what would you use a sword that can crack open the planet?
I have a silly question. Can I tell how insightful this person is?
Yeah, you want to roll an insight check to see how good they are at catching lies?
I would, yes.
Okay,
Oh, wait,
bearing in
can
mind that
you
you're a
lie?
paladin and cannot lie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
feel free, roll an insight check.
Yeah, I'll do that anyway.
Mhm,
3.
Uh, seems perceptive to you.
Like the hesitance? Oh no, they seem perceptive too.
Yeah, they seem perceptive.
Okay, yeah. I couldn't lie if I wanted to. I couldn't lie if I could lie. Fuck.
That doesn't mean that you can't ask me to lie.
That's true. I don't know yet what I would do with this sword. I don't know that I would do anything. Someone more apt. Better use of it.
Better use than me.
Well, I don't know that for sure, but well, full disclosure, somebody that seemed to be rather powerful asked us to get it.
Well, you have freed me from this room, and some other person has freed me from the binding of this tomb. But I could perhaps see giving up my found toy. It is a blessing to my powers, but not one that is irreplaceable. Just roll a persuasion check.
Okay. It's a 16.
And will you come with me, serve me as many did when I was alive, and help me reconquer the lands of Priam?
No. Sorry to be so blunt about it, but I'm not in a position to be able to lie or inflate the. Or, I can't do that. I have things to do. Um,
Yes.
conquests.
Purpose. I understand purpose well. But Priam must be retaken. And from there, the lands around. What countries are there these days? What's left?
Celestra, Sonera, Abrak.
Celestra survived. Those old tribes.
They're united, actually.
Interesting. And Sunera? What of the dwarves of Abarach?
Does Tis know anything about that?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, it'd be like knowing about Canada.
Okay. They also survive.
Interesting. I admit to being surprised that stability has found its way into these lands. And do you know anything of the hateful Kavar?
Again, does Tis?
Because that's a little bit more touchy. That's closer to knowing about Wakanda.
Because someone mentioned the Kavar.
Yeah,
not in a dream.
someone mentioned it.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, it came up.
Did he mention them being responsible for the covering?
I don't think someone knew at that point.
Yeah, that's. I think that's what.
But Gemis might have.
Oh, sure. Yes, the Kaval are still around. Yeah, yes.
Yes, interesting. Well, first I will unify the lands around, and then I will wipe them from the history of Isaim.
You mean from texts, or do you mean the edifices and the people and
Both.
Sounded kind of genocidal there, friend.
And do you object, useless child who did not help me escape?
I mean, well, I don't necessarily object, but like, if there's no, well, I don't know. I think there's some good people too.
Good and evil play little into it. They have bound me here, and someone has freed me. And so all that matters is that they suffer for their hateful decisions.
Who is they?
The entirety of the Kava.
the Cavassiel, do you hear?
Yes, their magics, their allies. They used a creature, an ancient being of power, and bound it sleeping beneath the earth and tied its power, even in its rest, to the strength of this tomb, binding me and some of my most beloved allies here.
This creature is beneath the tomb.
Yes. And even in its rest, it shakes the earth.
Is it Ozisha?
Ovzishra was one of my allies.
Okay, I think we should probably get back with the rest of our group for now. But it's been wonderful talking to you. Please don't start running off and killing people just yet. We're still figuring out what we want to do. If we want to help you, we're glad that we freed you. So, yeah.
Tis,
Yes.
who has not sworn an oath to serve me. You have helped me. And so I will grant your boon.
Sword.
And he tosses this sword that is made of obsidian, that sort of starts at a nice hilt and then turns into like this very small thing and then widens at the tip. And the hilt has a ruby red as blood in its base. And along the flat side of the sword, you see a pattern of very small jewels up and down its side. And he flips it in the air and catches it by the blade with his already bandaged hands and offers it to you hilt first and smiles.
So I already sensed it with divine sense.
Mm-hmm.
I got that it was evil.
Oh, yeah.
I can hold it with the glass hand.
Yeah, Serial, do you mind? So tired.
Oh, yeah. No, as your loyal servant, I will definitely carry that for you. 100%. Oh, God. Do you think that could really crack the world?
I mean, it looks evil enough to, at a glance.
That's terrifying. All right. Well, I'm going to hold the very scary looking sword with my very fragile glass hand. It only breaks the world.
And
And,
with that, on the other side of the tomb, girls, I need you ladies to roll initiative.
Initiative? No.
We can use World Breaker to destroy these slimes.
Oh, against the slimes, of course.
Yeah,
If
slime.
there's no world, there's no slimes.
That's true.
What's just another slime?
Well, I got a 0 on my initiative, so that puts you guys in relatively good shape.
Yeah, they're really making efforts.
Okay.
We've had a lot of slime in this tomb. Slime
know-
and scales.
Slime is good for tombs. It makes me happy. Lyra, you're up first. You spot the slimes as they start slithering out of the wall. I think their current position is this. They look gross, and they're sort of orangish yellow in color. They actually look remarkably like the token that I happened to find. And it looks almost like it wiggles like jelly.
I think that I'm just instinctively just going to fire out one of them and hope it does something. I mean, it's fine. So I don't know.
Yeah, you want to shoot at one of them?
Yeah.
Cool, take a shot. 12 hits. Roll damage.
That's impressive. 7.
7 points of damage. No sneak attack because there's no sneak attack opportunity here. That makes it. Yeah, you see Lyra shoot an arrow into one of the slimes. The arrow seems to sink into the slime, and like jelly sort of splatters outward a little bit, but then the arrow seems to slink into it. It clearly has done something to it, and it's sort of flying, and it looks like it's heading towards the chair. Or where you were sitting. Oh no, Celia, you're cutting out for me. Sorry. You were so good a second ago. You're cutting out?
You want
Oh,
to try
no.
that when you come back?
Oh no. Celia.
Yeah, we're just getting dial-up noise.
Someday people will get better internet. And I say that about myself as well.
Did these slimes just appear?
They seem to have slithered out of holes in the walls. It looks like there's some writing in the walls, or not writing, artwork in the walls. You know, hieroglyphics of various types of things, artwork or depictions, and it's like carved into the walls, and so some of the carvings seem to go a little deeper than one would. Okay, we're getting her back. Maybe. Hi, you sound great. What do you want to do?
Hi. I want to do magic missile at one at each of them.
Excellent. Take those shots. 1, 2, 3. Which one takes less damage?
The one that's already got an arrow in it, I think.
Nice. Okay. Well, they continue their slow trek forward, and that is their turn. Lyra, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm just gonna back up a little bit and just fire another arrow at them.
Great, same one.
Yes, I'll do the same one.
19 definitely hits. 9 more damage. Definitely doesn't seem to like that. It does not even look like it's doing that well. But you see it like sort of like you see like the slime continue to grow and start moving, and it starts moving still further towards the throne. Celia.
Sorry, can we talk to each other during our turns?
Yeah, sure.
During her turn, can I tell her to back up some more?
Sure. How far do you want to back up?
I guess I can back up to that wound.
Okay.
I don't want to lean against it though, because I don't know what's going to be now.
Good call.
Cool. I am going to use Thunder Wave.
Nice.
See if I can push him back.
I like it. Let me check their stats on this. Con save, right? And it's thunder damage, right?
Yep.
Cool. Awesome.
Yep.
So, let's do it. One of them succeeds, the other two fail. Roll damage.
Uh,
8 thunderwave damage, and they are shoved back. Yeah. Yeah, I love it. Nice. Plus 8. Plus 8. Oh, you know what? Sorry, actually, one of them is not shoved back because it succeeded the saving throw. So it will take half damage, plus 4, but not be shoved back. And it is its turn. And it uses its movement to crawl towards you. So it's sitting in the throne. And it reaches with a slimy portion of its body, grows into a limb, almost like a gooey tentacle, and it grips you. And it says,
oh, that's so
"Out
disgusting.
of the master's throne." You hear psionically spoken into your head.
The master is talking to me.
But it's only an 11 to do damage to you.
I think that misses.
Nice.
Hang
Okay.
on. Yeah, it does.
Okay. Lyra, that makes it your turn.
I'm not going to have heard what it says, I'm guessing, so
Nope.
my eye is just attacking her, so I will fire straight at that one.
Nice. Take your shot. That's a critical hit.
Where is the Lyra that we've known?
Also, worth pointing out that is a sneak attack, right? Because it's in melee.
Oh.
This
And then
isn't
you
Lyra.
double that dice as well.
This is a cheap imposter.
Oh, so
When you
I'm
crit.
going it again.
Yeah, you click on that 46 again.
Oh.
Nice. So that is 30 points of damage. That absolutely demolishes this thing. Bam.
Lyra's peaked.
Lyra's peaked.
Dusted.
She has peaked against slimes out of everything.
You know, it works. That makes it Celia's turn. Oh, these guys move forward 5 feet. Thank you.
Can you hear me?
A little bit. I have a feeling it's going to get worse any second.
Yeah. I am very sad that we keep getting creatures that don't use blood.
Well, every time I give you creatures that use blood, you think, oh, you know what, we can be friends with them. Just saying. Also, you don't know that they don't have blood.
That's a good point. They do like honey, though, so maybe not.
They might have something coursing through them. What's the difference between blood and ooze, anyway?
Can I affect ooze?
Sure.
Maybe I could be a vegan blood wizard.
That would be hilarious. I'm going to play a vegan blood sacrificer tomorrow. So, you know.
Perfect. I'm going to use magic missile again, I think.
You don't want to use any of your blood magic? It will work.
It will.
I will patently tell you.
The gingerbread man.
I don't know which one to use. I've got so many options.
Is he made of house or is the house made of flesh? He screams, for he does not know.
I'm going to boil them.
Nice. I like it. But you think that
I can only boil one of them.
You're going to boil one of them. Which one? One on the left or one on the right?
The one on the left, because it's closer to me and it scares me.
Sounds good. Con save, blood boil. 3d6. Is there a additional consequence of failure?
Yeah, they fall prone,
Great. You take
racked with
double
pain.
Clearly, this whole thing is just ooze, and you are affecting its whole body. So, like, it takes double damage from blood magic.
I love it.
And it falls prone. That prevents it from moving this turn. This other one, though, is not prevented from moving this turn. So I'll move this out of the way. So it moves towards you, and you have the same experience again. This long tentacle reaches out and grabs you. Let's see how this one does. 14 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Excellent.
I forgot
Oh
you're a
no.
wizard.
Yeah.
So that is 7 points of psionic damage and 2 points of acid damage.
I mean, not only am I a wizard, I'm also a wizard that got hurt by sitting down in this chair. So I'm not doing amazingly.
Okay.
I'm fine. I'm not doing great.
Lyra.
Yeah, I'm gonna fire that out at one that's currently grasping onto her.
Okay.
Can the arrows go through them? Like, do they go clean through?
They hit them and then like slow down inside of them.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking, based on like the trajectory, could I have it go through both of them at like a diagonal?
I feel like that would be a trick shot of some sort that you would need some sort of mechanical thing to pull off. Do you have the sharpshooter feat?
Yes, I do.
Okay. If you would like to take that -5 to hit, then I will say that you are rolling to hit both of them.
Actually, it's -10.
It's -5 for +10 damage.
Oh. Yeah, you know what? Let's do yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. Cool. Take that shot.
As was pushing. Oh my god, Asla!
You did a cool thing.
No, you're pushing
17.
it right now. Like you're taking the
17 hits both of them.
-5.
17 hits both of them. Roll that damage.
I am
8 damage. 4 damage. So 4 damage to the one in back, we'll say. 8 damage to the one in front. You can add sneak attack to the one in front.
Oh my god.
Oh, sorry, and that's 14 damage, not 4, and 18 damage, not 8. So it's sharpshooter. Plus 17 sneak attack damage. The one in front dies.
This is not Lyra.
Who are you and what have you done with Lyra?
Yeah, you see how quickly she took like the +5 to the what's it called? Hit? That is the -5 to hit. You knowing the real Lyra, you would have gotten like a -4 on that roll. You would have shot yourself in the foot. Like, I'm talking now.
We haven't seen Lyra roll multiple zeros in a single session. Celia, you're up.
Sorry, I'm so preoccupied by the fact that Lyra hit both of them. I'm gonna boil the other one.
Yeah.
Actually, this is the one I boiled before, so I'm gonna boil it again.
Nice.
Fun.
Well, he fails and it dies. You boil it and it turns into, it comes unable to hold its entire form and like sort of sinks into the ground as like liquid. And now there's this ochre jelly liquid all over the floor. Lyra! That was so good.
I am thoroughly impressed.
This is better than I'm going to feel next week when we get our results.
Don't talk about that, sorry.
Okay. So our mummified goblin has handed you a sword. And Zuriel, you have taken it with your glass hand.
This can't.
But your glass hand is part of you. So of course, you immediately begin hearing the whisperings of a dark sword in your mind.
Damn it.
At least this one seems to have some skill. My last donor was incompetent and refused to use me, the fat fool. always getting himself trapped in dumb situations. You seem to have some skill. You seem like you might be able to make use of something as mighty and powerful as I. Do you have a name?
You talking about that lich over there?
No, he was a friend, not a user.
Oh, okay.
Also, he's not a lich, he's a mummy.
That's funny. I'm dead. Same difference.
Are you talking out loud, Zerial?
Yeah, I'd say for the record, I would be talking out loud.
The sword is not, of course, so it's a one-sided conversation.
But yeah, I'm definitely in it. So, hey,
Greetings.
see, your sword?
Some call me Thirster, others called me World Render.
What do you do?
I drain the contents of my enemies and use it to empower my strikes.
Can you really rend the world?
It is prophesied that I will do so.
Oh, interesting. Is that goblin over there really your friend?
No, I was bored he was here. Do you want to kill him? I want to kill him. We could work together. I bet it wouldn't be impossible for us to kill a mummy, even one of that strength. Don't you think that would be fun?
You know, I'm beginning to think we might enter a good friendship here. I could use some power on my side, because I think you and I both have goals. I have things that I want to get rid of, and I'm sure you want to feed.
We could work together.
Gladly. Emily's face during this entire thing is the best thing ever, by the way. Just like the absolute horror.
Yeah,
I'm very expressive. What can I say?
Cool. Well, we'll see what happens with this. You would need to attune to actually make use of it, but it can communicate at any point because it is quite strong. Yeah, if you want to attune to the sword, you should feel free to attempt to do so. It'll take an hour. Tis, do you have a response to this? The mummy is just sort of standing there looking at him. Goblin, but you know.
Are you making a new friend, Zerial?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess he's. It's just a sword. It's pretty cool.
What do you mean, just a sword?
Oh,
all swords, just swords.
It is just a sword, is it?
Hey, quiet down there. Like, sorry, no, I was just talking to myself. I've had a long. Oh no, I was talking to my familiar. I was talking to little pineapple over there, and
I think pineapple just like scurries out and lands on top of your head, and just sort of looks around at everyone.
Yeah. No, I was talking to good old pineapple. From now on, I'm just gonna whisper if I can and say to the sword. From now on, I'm just going to call you pineapple, just for the sake of convenience.
That is disgusting.
I mean, come on. Like, if you can't like go around people who are goody two shoes and be calling yourself the doom of all mankind and all that stuff. That's just not okay. We gotta at least have like something that makes it seem like I'm not in it just to meet my own ends.
Is Thirster not a good enough name?
Thirster's a great name. I could call you Thurston, even if that is what you prefer. But no,
yeah, roll a persuasion check.
All right. Let's see. With the 1? What is up with rolls today?
It's a 19. Nice.
Yeah.
So its response is, sigh. Very well, if you must. But know that I do not take kindly to not being taken seriously.
I take you very seriously. I just want to make sure that nothing comes between us. And then I'm just going to say really, really loudly, "Isn't that right, little pineapple?" And I'm just gonna like pet the familiar on top of my head, just
I
in
see
case.
your friend has
Sister-
already taken to the sword. But it is time now for me to leave. I have many plans, and it is time to begin the launching of them. See what I can accomplish.
Where do you plan to go first?
I plan to leave the temple and look. I will see what I see. And from there, I will figure out what blocks my way and what may aid my way. I have had some success with walking into a room and killing a random person and demanding the allegiance of everyone else. You'd be surprised how often that works.
Okay, could I huddle with Tis for a second?
Yeah, sure.
Could you give us a moment? We're gonna be over here. Please don't listen.
Okay, that is really the
You have to
most
say that.
suspicious thing you can say.
You have to say that, or
No.
or they can listen. Otherwise, it's not a huddle, and they can hear.
What?
You read the mind? Yeah, so we huddle.
Okay. Like, I've never heard that rule, but what's it called? So I'm going to need an hour to attune to this sword. Do we let
What are you?
this? Oh shit! Yeah, I should.
We're not keeping
like,
it.
Yeah, that's right. No, we're not keeping it. That's fine. I just until like because we
Give it
could
back to
use it.
Sama.
Yeah, we could
It's-
use it to defeat this guy.
It's evil though, and it's like it's got like a presence of its own.
It doesn't seem evil. Like
It
it
seems
seems
evil.
like it's just a sword.
I'm a paladin cereal. It's evil.
Okay, it may have been used to do evil things. It's probably why you're detecting all the evil on it.
Like it's got history of bad vibe.
Yeah, like, and like even the most like kind of bad situation type of thing can be used for good. So
I was
like,
made long ago by Glantry the Lich, the one that brought the realms together.
yeah, see, like I have a strange feeling that this sword is actually going to like it can bring peace, like, and we can return it to Samo whenever we see him, but we need to kill that or sorry, not kill, we need to kill that goblin thingy before he genocides an entire race of people.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you want to try now? Because I'm kind of, I don't know about that. I'm scared. He's like a god king.
Okay, so here's a question about attunement, right? What specifically, like, would I know what attunement would do for like the stats and everything of this weapon?
No.
Okay.
If you had an identify spell, you could.
Shit. Okay. You know what? Could I ask the sword?
Yeah.
All right. Here, let me just see. I'm gonna use some of my stuff to like see if I can attune to this. Just give me like 2 or 3 minutes off in here, and I'm gonna see if I can attune to it. Like, I'll see how long it'll take. Is that okay?
Pistol gesture over to Akarut, like, suck.
All right. And then I'm going to like kind of turn to the sword and say, "Hey, how long does it take for us to get like properly set?"
There are degrees and or levels of attunement. At first, we will begin working together in concordance with each other after an hour of getting to know each other. But my relationship with you will only grow and deepen as time goes on. And if our goals are aligned as we accomplish things, we will grow in power and become more significant and begin to take on greater and more useful forms. And then one day, should we accomplish all we set out to, then we can destroy the world. rend it, rip the flesh of the earth from the bones of the rock beneath it, and allow the blood of lava to pour into the void around us.
Okay, we'll have to see about that one when it gets there. But like specifically for now, I'd say that we have kind of a desperate situation with the whole lich going on and genociding people. Uh, so do you think that you and I will be enough right now to help defeat this lich? Or not lich, zombie? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna close my door.
I do not think that my powers will be worth your time now. I will improve you, but minorly at best. Give us an hour and there will be significance to what I offer.
Okay, gotcha. So I'm going to turn back to Tess and I'm going to say, yeah, we need an hour. We might not have an hour.
And I think at this point, Celia and Lyra, we're going to cut back to you guys. You've killed the jellies. I think at this point you can see that Tiss and Zerial are hanging out and chatting, sort of urgently. They're not that far away, you know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go up to see and just. I'm assuming you're still in the room at this point.
Yeah. I'm gonna grab your hand and just like point out all of the secret things that I could see when I first sat down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as she
just
grabs
in
her
case.
hand, they now illuminate for you as well, and you can see the secret doors. There are
cool.
5 of them in this room, it seems. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then sort of one over here that's behind where Zerial and Tiss are.
Can I keep talking to whoever's in my chair?
Yeah.
Your chair.
My chair.
Wait, is it the lich? Are they or not lich? God, I keep calling it a lich.
The mummy.
The mummy, yeah. Is it Akarut?
I don't think so because
very different.
It
doesn't seem like
it said like the inscription was for Akarut, but the voice doesn't seem like Akarut.
Very true.
And also, was it Ovshishra that made the blood magic in the first place?
Theoretically, yeah.
So it might be him.
Certainly the queen.
Might be him.
Good point.
So, did you send those slimes to us?
No. They are a protection mechanism that I have long since lost control of, if it was ever mine to begin with.
Oh, okay, cool. So what's your offer?
Magic.
But I have magic. What's so special about yours?
The power to control people through their blood is not something to be overlooked. It is not something that should be lost from this plane.
So I can pretty much guarantee that no one will ever find you again if you don't give it to me, because that sounds pretty cool. What do you say?
That I have been offering it to you for a while.
This is the first time we've spoken, though.
But hold on, I'm confused. I was offering it to you like 10 minutes ago, and then the jellies attacked.
Oh, were you?
I said I have magic. I'm offering it to you, and you were like, "Maybe I don't need it."
I was under the impression. I was under the impression it would have a price.
Why would it have a price?
That's a very good
Most of the
point.
things in this temple do.
I'm just offering magic. I don't want it to be lost from this earth.
Is it
I
going to
like
give me
knowledge.
scales?
Free
What? Why would it give
magic.
you- What are you? Who are you? Have you been talking
I've
to
had a lot of bad
Azisha?
experiences.
Have you been talking
Yes,
to
I
Azisha?
have. Yes,
Ugh.
and he was not very nice to me.
Yeah, he wasn't nice to me either when I was his apprentice.
Oh, really? What's your name?
My name is Iki.
Well, you know what, Iki, I think we could be really good friends because we clearly have a shared grudge.
Right? I mean, God, he was so mean all the time, and then like,
Right?
like,
He's just
okay,
so unfriendly.
look, I'm just talking to you, and like, you get it. Like, blood magic is cool, right?
It is. It is really cool.
Fun. It's cool, and I just wanted to like
Drugs are
learn
cool.
some magic and like do some cool stuff with it or whatever. And I was like, no, you have a responsibility to me because I'm the one who taught you your blood magic. But like, no, I just think blood magic is cool and just wanted to have fun with it and like, I don't know, point at people and make them my playthings.
You know what, Iki? I completely agree. I completely agree.
So then, like, I don't know, some person like bound all of us to this temple, and like, I kept studying with him for a while, but like, he kept on getting like mad and obsessive, and like, I don't know, he got pissed at some of the other people here. He hates Doxus so much, and I was like, dude, Doxus seems like an okay dude. I was fine with Doxus, and he hates the unnamed one so much, and I'm like, dude, the unnamed one seems fine. He used to be your apprentice. He seems fine, but he's like, no, we must kill them, and I'm like, whatever, man. And then he bound me to this chair.
If she shred bound you to this chair.
Yeah.
Well, who bound you to the temple? Before that.
You know, I don't really fully understand that whole thing. It was just like all sorts of things got taken into the temple. I don't fully understand that whole thing. I'm not really knowledgeable about those sorts of things. But I don't know. I guess people were unhappy with the coolness of blood magic or whatever, and they were like, ooh, lock the blood mages up or whatever. And I was like, fuck that shit. But then I didn't have a choice.
How did you get to the temple in the first place?
It sort of like took you here, it like drew you here. Like you would have nightmares about not being here, and like the only thing that would make the nightmares go away is if you were heading in this direction, and then you were here, and then they put you in there, and then they sealed it. I don't know. They were tall.
Okay, well, I would love to share your magic if you'd share it with me.
Really?
Yeah. Could be besties.
I'm so down with this.
That's
This
what's
is great.
great.
Well, I'm not like the most powerful person ever, but can you cast 4th level like spells yet? You cut out for me, Emily. I'm sad to say.
I can cast 4th level spells.
Okay, can you cast 5th level spells?
Not yet.
Oh.
Soon.
Excellent. Well, I'll start with I'll teach you one 5th level spell maybe, and a couple of 4th level spells. You won't be able to cast those 5th level spells too soon, but like when you can cast them, you'll be able to cast them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sounds great.
Nice. So he teaches you bloodbending.
Yes.
And he teaches you hemomantic joining.
That sounds terrifying.
And he teaches you, I think, hemomantic grasp, if you don't have it.
No, I don't have it.
Great. He teaches you those 3 spells.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
One step closer to witch purging.
Yeah. And as we were discussing before, hemomantic grasp, all the blood magic spells we decided are not doing enough damage, so add a die to all damages of blood magic spells. basically
cool.
the creator of the blood magic, the stuff that we're using, was very conscientious about not making it too OP. And in essence, I think that they went too far in the other direction. So all blood magic spells do an extra die damage, basically.
Cool.
Especially since them doing an extra die of damage does not put them on par with the most powerful spells in their level class already. So, good stuff. Okay.
How exciting.
Yeah. I also think he would not. He wants. I want to teach you that spell, but he would not be the one to teach you that spell because he doesn't because he is not into like oath, so he would not teach you blood oath. Yeah. Anything else that he would teach you? Nope. I think he'll just teach you those three. Okay.
Cool. Can I ask him whether he has talked to anyone else in a while?
No, man. I've been stuck here. Are you a man? Sorry, I can't see.
No, I'm a girl, but that's fine.
Sorry. She, her pronouns. I'll get it.
So you haven't talked to anyone since Ojishra stuck you in here?
Well, not no one.
Oh, when was the last time you spoke to someone?
Well, I don't know. There's this guy that sort of came here and told me that I was abominating and that I would be trapped in this chair forever and that he'd never let me out and that the fact that I knew blood magic itself was a crime and he was just going to kept on saying things like, I seal your fate and blah, 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 blah. I didn't really get his name.
Oh, I know him. He sucks.
Yeah, right? And
yeah,
I don't know.
he does.
I've met a couple other people. There's like a nice goblin that kept visiting here a little bit, and trying to become like she's like a witch, I guess, or something. That lives in the river above here, and she comes down and chat. She used to come down and chat with me every once in a while. But
actually, we're trying to find her. Do you know anything about her?
I mean, she came and chatted with me. She's nice. She knows some blood magic. She knows how to turn stone, but she didn't know how to free me, and I don't know how to free me either, and I may just be trapped here forever.
Oh. Well, maybe I'll come and chat with you again. We can have a good chat.
Yeah. Hey guys, we actually missed our break, so I'm gonna flash back for 1 second to Tis and Zerial, and a shot of the Mummy Lord on the other side of Akarut, and we are going to take our break. are live. We have return, and most importantly, there is a cat in frame. If you like cat emojis and cat Twitter things, what do we call them? What's the word?
Gifts.
No, emotes, cat emotes. There you go.
Wow.
I was almost right. Then you should become a follower and or subscriber to this channel, because you will get cat emotes. And we make all sorts of fun RPG content. We do shows every Monday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. On Monday, Friday, and Sunday, we've got shows that are all set in the same world, which is pretty fun. They all feed into each other and cause problems for each other in different ways. And I love having, yes, it is Shadow. I love having the campaigns all curse each other out sometimes. It's pretty funny. My Monday group is very mad at my Sunday group right now. And I think my Thursday group, this group, might become a little mad at my Sunday group, but they don't fully understand the consequences of it yet, which is pretty fun too. And I think pretty soon some of my other groups, my Sunday group, might be mad at my Thursday group. And I kind of love that. I kind of love how mad they all are at each other, because they all make decisions that make perfect sense to them in campaign that seem to be annoying to people outside their campaign. And it kind of makes me really, really freaking happy. Whether it should or shouldn't is a different question. It does make me happy. Additionally, on Friday, we have a show where we play different RPGs, all sorts of random RPGs. We've been doing a bunch of one-shots so far. We've played If Not Us, Then Who. We've played Microscope. We've played Honey Heist. We've played Supernormal. And tomorrow we're playing Beneath the Cursed Moon. Beneath the Cursed Moon will be run by Marcus, who you might know as the guy who plays Tiss. Hey, you want to say anything about Beneath the Cursed Moon?
Yeah, it's inspired by Powered by the Apocalypse, not like a direct copy. That's probably not the best word. But it's based on stuff like Castlevania, Bloodborne, Darkest Dungeon, I think, as well. But yeah, just those few media properties. Really interesting. Thought it would be.
Here's a fun lore fact about Matthew. Darkest Dungeon, which if you haven't played, is a rogue-like dark fantasy RPG about suffering through traveling through dungeons and how hard it is to travel through dungeons. Darkest Dungeon had as a consultant on it the guy who wrote my favorite RPG, a game called Burning Wheel. And his name is Luke Crane. And he helped Darkest Dungeon get its funding on Kickstarter, because he works for Kickstarter now, and also fell in love with Darkest Dungeon and ended up working on it. And all those like horrible traits that you get that like suck so much that you're trying to avoid, and the occasionally random good ones, that is a very Burning Wheel thing to happen. So if you
That's
like
awesome.
Darkest Dungeon's mechanics, then you might check out Burning Wheel. It's a fun RPG. It's one of my favorite RPGs. In fact, it is my favorite RPG. I'm not saying it doesn't have problems, but the fact that something has problems does not prevent it from being my favorite. That is a weird statement for some people to hear, but it is true. Just because something is my favorite doesn't mean I can't acknowledge its problems. Like, I love Beethoven's Ninth Symphony. It's literally one of the greatest pieces of all time. There could be an argument that perhaps the beginning of the last movement is a lot, but I don't think so. I kind of love it because of the fact that it's a lot. So I don't know. Take it for what you will. Okay, yeah. So we're playing Beneath the Cursed Moon tomorrow, and I'm really excited. I'm playing in that game rather than running it, which is really cool for me. And I am playing a fastidious warlock who will be quite comfortable sacrificing people and or animals, but is also uncomfortable with the fact that they are comfortable sacrificing people and or animals and or belongings, and so is vegan the rest of the time, and takes themselves and feels guilty about everything. So I'm going to be playing an old woman tomorrow.
Yeah, she's in her 60s. Lady Anna.
Yes, Lady Anne. Lady Anne
Lady
Millicent
Anne.
Bulstrode. Lady Anne Millicent Bulstrode is in her late 60s. Late 60s? Whatever. She's like 68, 69. She's not old, because 60s isn't old. That's like middle age
No.
now. Because, you know, both capitalism in a bad sense makes them not old, and also healthcare in a good sense makes them not old. So take that for what you will. But yeah, so I get to play Lady Anne Millicent Bulstrode, and we're gonna have some fun with that. She had a horrible childhood, and I'm excited about that. So come check out that show. That show's tomorrow. And our other shows are Sunday, Monday, and of course, the Hidden Tomb of Akarut today. So please come check them out, enjoy our content, subscribe to our channel, and get cat emotes. Who doesn't want cat emotes? Cat emotes are awesome. You can get, if you subscribe at the highest tier, you can get rainbow cat screaming, which I think is great. So, also, our cat emotes are all based on cats of actual cast members of the actual shows that we have. We don't have a shadow cat emote yet, right?
Oh, no, the shouty one is Shadow.
Oh, the shouty one is Shadow.
Mhm.
Well, there you go. Well, let's do shouty. Hey, look. Shadow is on stream twice. Bam. Take that. So cats are great. Also, dogs are fine. Excellent. Okay. Well, let's dive back to it. So, Marcus and actually, let's just call 4 of you. There's a mummy lord not far from you at this point. In fact, so not far from you that I've, in fact, put him on the map. I gave him a little mummy icon because I didn't have a goblin mummy token that was cute enough and or scary enough. I wanted it to be both. And I didn't really have that, I don't think. No, these are all like skeleton tokens. All my mummy tokens are actually skeleton tokens. Ooh, I've got a mummy hand token. That's not good though. I wanted something that was simultaneously cute and scary. It's hard to do, but it's a thing. It's an aesthetic that I like, cute and scary. So we have a mummy lord there before you. What's the plan, guys? Do you have a plan? What would a plan even look like at this point? Yeah.
That's a scary question.
Mhm.
We might have to let this. I mean, as bad as it may be, we might have to let this one go for now.
Tis is thinking the same thing, actually. I think ideally we could cut him down here, but outlook is not good.
Yeah, I have 20 HP. I'm pretty sure Celia just took a ton of damage.
Yeah.
So
I'm doing all right. I'm not 100%, but I'm doing all right. It's a question of how much he can do in either an hour, so you can attune, or a long rest, so we can all get to 100.
I'm thinking we could possibly go up. I mean, okay, so think about it this way. He's going room to room collecting people, right? Is there anything we could do to kind of keep him here for a little bit?
Maybe stick
I think
Fate
that's
on him?
Not
great
for an
choice.
hour.
Think of this as you know what that is. I just want to single this out for a second because this is a really cool thought process. I'm not saying it's going to work, but what you're implying is that we think about this not as a RPG game, but instead as a Grecian myth, in which we our job is not to defeat this person, but to trick them for a little while, to delay them, to hold the time off, and see if we can get them to be slow while we get a short rest in to recharge some of our stuff.
Yeah. As much as I think about it kind of like a plague. Like, if you think about it, like I mean,
Get ahead of it.
obviously, I'm sure it's probably a touchy subject nowadays, but like, I'm sure that like there are things that we could do to delay things.
Mhm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hopefully, we could stop the locusts from spreading. So, and
What level
it's just
are you guys, by the way, collectively? Okay.
yeah, perhaps. But there's really not much we can do. I think we just have to let this one go.
Nothing fruitful, at least.
Yeah. I'm okay. So above the table, I should probably. Well, actually, we could just have a conversation about it, Celia. The secret things. Generally, we would want to know if those are his or if those aren't his. So that way we don't go like raiding his secret stuff.
His secret things?
Yeah, secret doorways that you saw? Or
Oh, yes.
yeah.
Yeah, we should probably have a look at that. Maybe we should ask him about them.
Yeah, that couldn't hurt.
And like how he got in that room in the first place and who put him there and stuff. but I don't think we could delay him for more than like 30 minutes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we might find something useful inside of the secret things. Or should we come back for them? Oh,
I mean, half of us could do that and half of us could distract.
Would his perception? Because, I mean, it's the same room, you know? I think
Might be on his way
perhaps
out,
we
though.
just... Perhaps we just ask him how to get to the surface. We make it to the surface. Come back down. We'll loot things after because we know that, like, things are down here. And then we, kill the son of a gun.
Sounds great.
Have
Maybe
to
we should
find
ask
him
him where
to,
he's headed so we know where to
yeah.
find him.
That's it.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. So I'm going to presume that Celia and Lyra, make their way back over towards this stuff, if that's okay with you two.
Oh, before we do that, can I go over to the leftovers of the slimes? If you touched them, would you take acid damage?
Depends
Yeah.
on how you touch them and what you're touching them with and all that stuff. Are you saying you want to collect some of them?
Yes, that's possible.
Absolutely. Can you roll a survival check for me, please?
Oh, no, that's it.
Cool. You get 1 vial of acid from the ooze that you mess around with there.
Before I get up, can I ask Icky whether he can take away the damage, whatever that happened when I sat down thing?
What happened?
You started kind of like draining my life force, which is not particularly ideal.
I did.
Yeah. Are you not aware of that?
No.
I guess you can't change it then, can you?
I could try. Do you want to stand up and sit down again, see what happens?
I mean, if it doesn't work, I will die. So I don't think that's a very good idea right now.
Oh, well, that wouldn't be good. I don't want you to die. I mean, I guess, well, I can't
Thank you.
See, because I don't have a body, I can't reanimate you as like a blood friend.
Oh, well, thank you for offering, I guess. I'll see you later, and I'll bring a healing potion next time.
Your company that you keep is mighty weird.
The company you keep is not.
Well, never have
You're
I
the one
been
who
so
hangs out with
insulted.
Pineapple.
Never have been so insulted by something I wholeheartedly agree with.
Never been so insulted by something I wholeheartedly agree with. That is a great line. I am going to have to use that in my daily life. And I do mean daily. Okay, I love it.
Alright,
Okay.
so do we get go? Oh wait, shit, we should have some money. Hey, Akarut, do you know how to get to the surface from the temple?
Has it changed in my year? I have been in this room for an age at least. There was no point in trying to escape or really doing much of anything. I was so bored. You have no idea. My boredom has boredom within it. My bouts of melancholy. I am so incredibly eager and excited to go forth and do things. If the temple has not changed, then, well, I will leave this room. I will head up the staircase. I will head south towards another staircase, cross a bridge over the river, head up that staircase, and cross the rope bridges. Why?
Oh, yeah, no,
Well, that's not going to
should be
work.
good. No. You should be good. So,
Why? What's going on?
honestly, nothing. I think that there may have been some things on the way there, but it's. I'm sure you'll take care of it. You'll be able to deal with anything you come across.
Indeed.
So, But we're gonna see if we can take like a different way up if possible. So, do you know any alternative routes?
It's been
Probably safer.
quite some time, but hold on while Matthew looks up alternative routes. Probably. Let me see. 36.
Yeah, Celia, I think we found our stall.
Assuming he doesn't have the fly
Just
spell.
as like over the table, sometimes I forget you guys are American, and then I hear you say route, and I'm like, huh. Yeah.
Wait.
Is that something
I do
different?
have to be terrible as a terrible person, but I'm gonna need both of you guys to say the word Tuesday for me.
Tuesday.
There it is. Love it.
Do you want to meet up on a Tuesday?
Boy. You guys pronounce it British because we took away the T and threw it in the harbor.
Well, it depends on if you can control your fall. If you head back up the same stairs and then head north instead of south, there's a trickier route, but there's a hole that you can jump into, and if you can catch yourself, then you can go left and exit the secret passage underneath the temple, and you'll enter into a big garbage heap, which you can then go up the stairs from there and around, avoid the spear trap, and walk out the front that way.
Oh, we know the garbage. We got
And the spear trap, yeah.
hit by rats.
That's very useful, thank you.
To our knowledge, is he describing the path behind on Strusa?
Yes.
Naturally.
That's so annoying.
Although it's worth pointing out that he does say that you'd have to be able to control your fall, because there's basically a giant pit.
Oh yeah, good point. All right, so I mean, I guess our best bet over the table. I'm going to do like a little bit of like the worst thing ever, and I'm going to like since we know the secret passages, right? Like there. Could I like metagame here for a second?
Yeah, do it.
Okay, like
I don't
just
care
for
about
like
metagaming. This is a dungeon crawl, fool. I don't care about metagaming. Your
just
metagaming
for,
ain't gonna
like,
save you squat. I'm still gonna kill
exactly.
you.
See, that's what I figure, right? Like, I figure, like, it's a secret passage. We're exploring the secret passages. I see one that, like, possibly leads to somewhere different, which might help. So, like, and since we see the secret passages anyways, that might actually just be better for us.
Well,
Certainly possible.
Lyra do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, sure. So.
But we're metagaming.
Certainly possible. Yeah, I'm also, like, just in general, I don't mind metagaming. I think that, like, metagaming gets a bad rap. People talk about it like it's the world's worst sin. But I tend to think of it instead as, like, well, metagaming is using knowledge that you, the player, have that you're about the way the world works, right? Is it metagaming to understand gravity? No, not really. Yeah. Right. It also, I think that like the classic metagaming that is just good advice, honestly, and I do mean this, is like, hey, I know as a player that being paralyzed sucks. It may be mechanically more advantageous for me to attack the enemy, or I may be a bloodthirsty fool who will just attack the enemy. But I know that, like, for a player, being paralyzed sucks. So I'm, instead of going to attack the enemy, I'm going to go unparalyze my friend. Right? That's definitely metagaming. And you know what? It's also just good etiquette. So I don't know. I'm very dubious. I think that, like, metagaming gets a bad name, and people don't qualify that there are certain types of good metagaming and certain types of bad metagaming.
Not to push the tangent too far, but how do you feel about, like, a player knowing that trolls are weak to fire and their character uses fire?
Yeah, I mean, the truth of the matter is that this game that we are playing is rooted in a lot of tropes and history and basis and things like that. But fundamentally, your characters are heroes, right? Like, just mechanically, I think of you guys as heroes. Even beginning characters are like people who have decided to be heroes. So like if you've decided to be a hero and so like you like go and learn that trolls are weak to fire because you've read it in a book once or whatever, then great, that's fine with me. You, like, yeah, of course. Like it feels dumb to me to like say, oh, you think you're attacking it with a torch. Well, you wouldn't know to do that,
Oh
so
god,
you
yeah.
can't have done that. Like that feels dumb to me.
That'd be
No,
awful, yeah.
the truth of the matter is that like if my players knew every enemy's vulnerability, every enemy's weaknesses and things like that, first of all, there's no way they could because I change everything. Right? I change stuff all the damn time. And like I change it so often that I don't even remember that I'm changing it. And then like on top of that, like even if you did, like that's great. It would create different challenges for me to make for you. Right? Suddenly I'd create situations where like I'd get into creating situations where like, yeah, you know that this creature is weak to fire, but you know that this creature is like improved by fire, and they're like merged together into this weird amalgamation, and you have to decide whether you're going to attack the fire half or the ice half or whatever. But if you attack the fire half, the ice half gets more powerful, and if you attack the ice half, the fire half, you know, like so I can change the game up. You know, that's like my power. So I don't know if you know the game perfectly well, which none of you do, which is totally fine, then it changes the scenario on my side in a way that I think is fun. So no, I don't mind like people knowing that trolls are weak to fire, or that oozes are secretly blood because I decided that oozes are blood.
I feel like the appropriate use of metagaming is essentially to speed up or lubricate certain things that otherwise would just be like, you know what I'm saying?
Kind of a slog.
Yeah, like there are certain things in which they're easily solvable in a good way, right? Given certain clues to a player. But I feel like the second that you like start to look things up during a game, or you start to like physically take it upon yourself to go out of your way to defeat every challenge with the power of the internet, that's when it becomes not your gameplay, but simply an amalgamation of like, stuff that you Googled, which is just not personal and
Yeah,
I don't think fits well in D&D.
it certainly depends on the situation, and again, I've certainly seen examples that I think are not fun and or good that I don't really approve of or whatever. There's a classic example of a rather famous person who was literally holding the monsters manual underneath the table so that the dungeon master could not see them looking at the monster stat blocks and things like that. And like, I don't know, yeah, I think that's a little bit rude, obviously, and I think that's. But like, clearly, this person's playing a different game, so I feel like there's like, I don't feel like it's a problem with metagaming. I feel like it's a problem with like that person needs to discuss what their expectations are, right? Because honestly, you couldn't do it with my creatures, because half my creatures I've changed the stat block so heavily already anyway, because I don't like the way that they look or work or whatever, so I changed them. So like, I don't know. You should see my campaign about intellect devourers. It literally doesn't have. I like my stat block for an intellect devourer has nothing to do with an intellect devourer stat block. You know.
Yeah.
So I thought they were more interesting in it if I took them in a totally different direction than what they are. And yeah, we still call them intellect devourers because they have some of the same lore-ish type stuff, but they're so different that like, you know, whatever.
That's fair. Should we check out the secret passage?
So yeah, so you're gonna the mummy Akarut is just going to like stretch like, and I think like you hear the crack of bones, you know, as he stretches out his back, and every time you hear that crack, you also see like a little of dust that just sort of comes off from inside of him, and like his side rips a little bit, and he reaches down and just covers it up with a bandage, and like inside it's dry, not bloody. It's gross. And yeah, he just looks around and says, I appreciate you opening the door for me, and just know that if you are looking for a job after I have conquered the world, well, I won't need to be reminded of this moment. I will remember it.
I'll keep in touch. Before you go, do you have any feelings in particular about sphinxes.
Are they in my employ or not?
Um, they aren't, as far as I know. Do you know Unstrusa?
I do not.
Well, if you take that path, if you take the north path, that pit that you were talking about, there is a sphinx guarding it now, and they're rather nice. I think they're probably a good ally that you should not kill. Just a suggestion.
I was planning on taking the southern route.
That works too. Also, just so you know, the bridge is up.
Probably
Several
shouldn't have
bridges
told him
are out
that.
Mm,
Oh, that's really bad.
No, it's unideal. No, it's probably good.
interesting. Fortunately, bridge being out will not slow me. And he looks at his hands and starts shaking his hands a little bit, and you see blue flame just emerge from his hands. And he reaches down and taps the bottom of each of his feet. He sort of bends his knees and taps them. And then you look down, and he's floating.
Oh,
Ooh.
impressive.
Nice.
Okay,
It's
that's
just a fly spell.
Far beyond my
If only
means.
we had a fly spell.
Yeah, let's race this old son of a gun. And hope that he doesn't slaughter the entirety of anybody in the temple before we get back. Because all we need is one long rest, right?
Yeah,
I mean, I need some new plate armor too. My AC is hurting.
that's definitely true. Well, we'll see what you
Wait a
find when you start
second.
digging around in here.
We might
So
actually. Oh, sorry.
he
go ahead.
starts flying away. Or floating away.
We might not actually have to leave.
Hmm?
This is a rather stupid idea, but might actually work. Could I just take a peek inside that room that he was in?
Yes. Why, this room is incredibly nice. He has left behind him a room, crypt, filled with gold.
Oh,
Oh.
There also seems to be a scroll case in here.
Love a scroll.
That always make the wizard happy.
Okay. Okay, so wait, we need to take a long rest, but we need to be careful that not all of us are in at one time.
True.
Therein lies the issue. Is it possible? Let me see. Oh, you know
Well,
what?
why can't we? Sorry, why
Oh,
can't
yeah,
we
go
go into the barred bit and just lock the door behind us because we've still got the padlock?
Well, see, here's the thing, right? We. Oh wait, yeah, no, you're right.
I mean, we're still visible, which is not ideal, but like,
Shit,
Eh.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Perhaps like you saw those secret entrances, right?
yeah.
We might be able to hide behind one of those.
oh, and just rest
Sounds
there.
good. Let's have a look.
Yeah, let's explore those, and we'll see if we can just hide in one. Like we can hide the one behind the padlocked one. That's the correct. Yeah, like we'll
We should-
hide over here.
We should also take all this stuff, right? Because there's like so much.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking.
I
as
feel
much
like we haven't
clothes-
brought anything back in a while. Back to Bialdor.
Wait, shit. We
Yeah,
shouldn't.
he'll be happy with this.
Shouldn't take anything yet. We should wait until we rest.
You think he'd be mad? I feel like he doesn't care about like
Perhaps.
earthly
I
stuff.
feel like he
could.
doesn't care either, but I also feel like taking the chance isn't worth it.
You're right.
But also, what if someone comes down and then takes it before we can?
We lock it again, like with the.
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, you replace the things, and then we. Yeah, cool.
From inside, you're locking yourselves in.
No, we're locking it from the outside, and then we're going to the secret room here.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to go to one. So you lock it from the outside here. So now it takes a lot of strength to open that door. Yeah, let's start going through secret rooms. That's room E. Is that correct?
Yes. And there are double doors here, right?
Sorry, ping for me. Yes.
Okay. Are they able to be padlocked?
If you have a padlock.
We do.
We do have a padlock.
Oh yeah, you have a padlock. Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah.
So we
got a
put the
padlock.
padlock there. Yeah,
Mhm.
because we took it off of the thing. I
Yeah, you
also
picked the lock
have.
elegantly, so no problem. Didn't have to
Wait
do
a second. Wait a second. Hold up. You said these are iron bars, right?
Mhm.
Oh man, I'm gonna do something friggin' brilliant. All right, but let's explore the secret rooms first.
Okay. Do you want to explore all of them, or some of them, or what?
Should we
All
go
of
for all of
them.
them? Yeah, I was gonna
Might as
say
well.
let's go for all of them.
Do some inventory.
We should just go H through E because I'm assuming we're going to be ending up at E.
Okay. You want to start with
Yeah.
H?
I'll move mine.
Okay.
Oh, never mind.
Sorry,
It's
I didn't know you can move them all at once. That's awesome.
You know what it
I
reminds
can.
me of when all the characters move at once? You know the Wizard of Oz when like they're skipping down the yellow brick road? That's what I see
We're off
inside
to
my
see
head.
The wizard, wonderful Wizard of Oz. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm gonna. This is funny, in particular to me because it's backwards. So I'm gonna tell you what the title of this room is, because I find the title of this room to be funny. It's called, yes, you guessed it, still another burial vault. Because for some reason the adventure assumes you're going to go, the other direction, and all four of them are burial vaults. They're called a burial vault, a second burial vault, another burial vault, and yes, you guessed it, still another burial vault. However,
Beautiful.
this vault is empty. There is no body or anything distinguishing other item in the room. The only distinguishing feature within the room is a line of writing carved into the east wall that is only legible very closely.
Don't
I'm
touch
gonna
it, but we
walk
should
right
read
up to it.
It's in ancient Priani.
Ooh.
Would you like to read it?
Yeah.
I have an important question to ask you.
Whatever you do, don't
Read it
touch
out
it.
loud. Or do you read it to yourself first?
I'm gonna read it to myself first.
The
It's
message
been
says,
nice knowing you.
I have been waiting for you.
If it's like an entire sentence, but we're reading it backwards, I'm gonna laugh my ass off.
Oh,
So this doesn't have my name in it or anything, so
Nope.
I'm not too fussed. So I'm gonna read it aloud to everyone else. It says,
Excellent.
"It's been waiting for me."
Okay. This is pretty amusing. A word. So suddenly, Celia, you hear in your mind, "Ah, it's been a long time. I have been waiting for you to come." Mwahahaha! And the door slams shut.
Right,
Yeah.
here's another one. Got another voice in my head, guys.
Actually, everyone heard that. I take it back. It said
Oh,
that
okay.
out loud. It resonated through the room.
Cool. Hi. Who are you?
There's no response.
Can you let us out, please?
There is no response.
we just locked ourselves in a boat.
Open sesame.
Wait, can I inspect the room?
Roll an investigation check.
All right, because I actually think this might not, as terrible as it sounds, I think it might not be that bad. Like, it might just be my delusions. Let's see, investigation.
This room is airtight. There's no oxygen coming in or out of this room. Within however long it takes for the oxygen to run out, you will begin to suffocate.
That is pretty bad. Okay. So, what do we have on us that we can use to get out of here?
Without knowing how to get out,
How has the door been shut? Is there, does it have a
Slammed
code
shut
or
behind you.
anything?
It was a swing door. It swinged out when you were outside, so you could push on it if you wanted.
Can I just detect magic, like,
Mhm.
in a more general space, just like...
Yeah, do you want to take the 10 minutes to do so, or do you want to spend a spell slot?
I think I have to spend a spell slot
I think that's a good idea.
because otherwise we'll die.
10 minutes
Do
is
you-
at the point where you're going to start suffocating, so yes. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
you spend a spell slot. Yeah. Hold on 1 second. I know what school of magic this is. It is an illusion spell.
Is the door actually shut? Oh,
And the
Okay.
illusion spell is tied to the words that you read.
okay, makes sense.
There's nothing illusory
just-
about the door or anything else. That's literally the only thing.
Can Celia just like stand in the middle of the room and start yelling random words in the hope that there's like a password or something?
Sure. Yeah. Celia starts yelling random words. That's how
Yeah.
Celia reacts. What about Zerial? What does Zerial do when he realizes that he's going to suffocate in this room?
Shit. It's to a place I can see, but I can't get. Fuck. This would be so good if Pineapple was still outside. So, but I don't think he is.
Do you think he's with you?
I mean, I would assume so, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
Why don't you ask the sword?
That's well, specifically above the table. That is a good idea, but I also think that there might be a different way of solving it. Below the table, I don't think like the whole sword has been revealed to anybody yet.
Mm.
So
Oh yeah, fair.
I think. Okay, wait. I am actually going to use alchemical researcher.
Mhm.
Essentially, I want to know if there's anything that I have because I have an alchemist supplies, some lich fluid, some dark water. I have an empty jar, and then let's see. I could probably use common clothes. Is there anything that I can do in order to make a small explosive?
Sure. Yeah, you've got alchemist tools. No problem.
Okay.
Make a Molotov cocktail.
Well, I want to specifically, if possible, right, make a I would say dime-sized hole because anything else would probably be dangerous to us, but we need to breathe.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So let's see. You are working under a time crunch more than anything else.
Yeah.
Is your problem. Do you think you've made small explosives before?
I mean, all
Your
things
character concept
considered,
is
I
a
was.
witcher, right?
Yeah, and I was a mercenary, so I mean, technically there is that option. But let me kind of think for a second. Well, let's see. I have sage, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I have sage, so I would say yeah, probably.
Okay, great. Then with that, I will say alchemist tools, change your attribute to dexterity rather than intelligence, because this is about speed rather than knowing what to do.
Gotcha, Kevin. All right, that should.
Yeah, absolutely. You've managed to create something like so. Celia starts shouting random words in the middle of the room. Zerial sits down to start creating like some sort of solution, and I think he tells you guys, "I'm working on some sort of solution." And before he accomplishes that, Tis and or Lyra, do either of you try and do anything?
You know what we haven't actually tried to do?
Mm.
Scratch out those words.
But it's just an illusion, right?
It has illusion.
I mean,
magic.
if you think I should,
Do you touch? If you put your finger on the words, you'll feel that they are actually carved in there. Someone has attached illusion spell to where the words are carved.
Can I use my dagger and try and like cross through them or something?
Yeah, absolutely. Zero, as she's trying to do that, it takes time because it's like stone. You complete your project.
Okay. I am going to peer through that ferret-sized hole, and I am going to use face step.
Nice. Yeah, absolutely.
Outside of the room.
So you pour this compound. I think it's actually less explosive and more corrosive, if that's okay in this context.
Sure.
And so you pour the acidic compound onto the wall and create a small hole. And then you look through it and you see the room beyond, and you use face step. From the side, you can see clearly that some sort of mechanical trap was triggered that has placed 3 metal spikes in the ground, preventing the door from being opened, keeping your party trapped within.
Check.
Sorry, but now that you are outside, it would be relatively easy for you to remove.
Okay. So
it's a really effective trap for someone who is inside the room.
But really
like your
easy
strength
for
saves
outside.
very difficult. But like outside, you can just like, oh yes, and pull these things out. Right? It's like a door stopper basically.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna pull them out.
Yep.
Up and out. And out we go.
Everyone can leave the room if you so desire.
That was a potentially very scary situation.
You're telling me. Like, see, the worst one would have been if I were to just like stick my common clothes there inside the hole and just be like, "Well, lots of gold for me in there."
Thank goodness for Jack.
Thank goodness.
Beautiful.
Nah, but I'm glad everybody's out safe. We should be more careful next time. If that room was like that, then we probably should take care of the next few.
Maybe we should make sure someone's left outside each time.
That makes sense. And you know what? Well, shit, I can't really know if you guys are going to die or suffocate while I'm outside, but good luck.
Oh, that's a good point.
But I mean, like, realistically, Asma has the best investigation. Tis has divine sense and all that other good stuff.
And
you
strength.
have the magic. So, like, technically I should be the one that's left outside. But question mark on that.
On to the next
I mean,
room.
if you're okay with being left outside, then we'll leave you outside. Okay.
So.
Yeah, on to G.
Cool.
Okay. This room is called Another Burial Vault.
Wow. I have the strangest feeling these are burial vaults.
Having sat in the chair already and spotted the magic that illuminated the secret door, it is quite easy to spot and quite easy to open.
Cool.
At the south end of the room, in the center of the wall, sitting on the floor, is a chest with a transparent crystal top.
I don't trust it.
Yeah, how about?
Visible within the top is a sword, a direct mirror of the one that Ziriel is currently holding.
Really now? All right, you know what? Do I see that sword?
This would have called over to you, seeing it. Like, you might want to see this. Don't step inside, but you want to see this, I think.
I'm gonna, like, see... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, if you want to come in, I'll go out if you want to.
Well, I think I'll hold off just 1 second. You just give me a second, and I want to, like, compare the swords. And I'm going to see if I can talk with the sword telepathically as opposed to, like, just actually speaking to it.
Sure. Yeah, easily. No problem. It speaks to you.
Okay. I'm just going to ask it, what is the deal with that sword and the chest?
It is a fake. A version designed to trick the foolish. It will... Not that it's without power, but it is a cursed sword rather than a powerful sword. You've heard of weapons of... You, I'm certain, have experience with magical weapons beyond myself. Magical tools that grant users the ability to be even luckier than they seem. This is the reverse.
Oh. Asma, we found a weapon for you.
That's a replacement for the rapier.
Oh boy.
I'm honestly a little offended. It was designed to punish people who might want to make use of something like me. I'm disgusted that people would think that such weakness was at all worth protecting.
I'm like gonna look at the sword and I'm gonna look at my party members. I'm gonna go next room. We're just
Actually, so I just want to be very clear. So this is a chest. It's like a big chest. The top of it is crystal, but at the bottom of that, there's like still stuff. So there's still, you could flip open the chest still, and there might be stuff inside.
all I'm saying is this is giving me some bad juju.
I kind of want it. Everybody else got stuff. No, I'm gonna cast reduce on the chest.
Okay. The chest shrinks, and all its contents shrink with it.
Okay.
Oh, pick it up, put
we
it in your
should-
pocket.
Yeah, well, you carry it outside of the room, and then no more room trap.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll move it out of the room. That
Okay.
only lasts a minute. I thought it lasted longer, but yeah, it's.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second.
Oh wait, quick question.
check something.
How does the door shut?
It hasn't.
No, I mean like mechanic.
It swings outward towards the big room. It swings towards C and then closes by closes by pushing it in towards C. In towards G.
Okay, so I actually have. Does it have similar holes in the floor at like the base of the door?
Nope.
Okay. Shit. Because I was going to say, like, there's an easy way to keep it open if that's the case.
Yep.
As opposed to like, because I could stick the things back in and they couldn't close. But yeah, good
Very
point.
true. That would
I
definitely
mean, I
work.
suppose if they're spikes, they're the right shape for a door stop. You could just like shove it up in the space under the door.
Yeah, but then again, I think that would be a stretch. But I don't know. I
Sis,
still
what's
think
your passive perception?
Mine?
Mhm.
9.
Okay. Would you like to roll a perception check as you cast reduce on this chest?
Oh, no.
Okay. A 4. Excellent.
you see literally nothing. You go blind.
I think Tiss needs glasses.
Yeah.
Lyra
I
has
guess
found
so.
her glasses, and Tiss needs glasses.
Yeah,
as well.
oh no.
Maybe Lyra just stole Tiss's glasses.
They're sharing
They
a pair
work.
of glasses. Like,
It's like a Space
just-
Jam or whatever. She like yeah, so I guess I move it out of the room. When it was or when it was its normal size, would it be too heavy to pick up? By looking at it?
Just by looking at it, if the chest would be awkward to pick up.
Mhm.
It was empty. But it was filled, so it would have been quite difficult at its normal size.
Okay. Yeah, then I will do reduce and then get out of the room.
Yeah. I think because you have reduced it, you have aligned the mechanics of the thing differently, and so the secret arrow trap that launches a poisoned arrow at you triggers, but is nowhere near you because it is designed to trigger the person who's trying to open the chest. So
Oh yeah.
Oh.
the poisoned arrow trap just flies right past you.
Oh,
Can I-
okay.
Pick up the. Is there a way to pick up the dart without touching the poison?
Sure, yeah.
That's useful.
I see you just pick up, like, how much random stuff do you just have in your bag? Like, I mean, you're rivaling Mochi at this point.
I mean, I've got ascending stone manacles, some strips of sheet, the ones that aren't on my hands,
I love
as
it.
bandages, and I've got 12 bottles of blood and a bottle of lich pus. So I mean,
Not bad.
I've got selection.
So you pull the chest out of the room, and the room is now very, very bare and empty.
Okay. We did it, boys.
I will wait 50 seconds and then open the chest.
Okay, opening the chest. This chest, which again, there's a crystal top, which has the cursed sword inside of it, we'll call it. And you flip that open, and inside there is 3,000 gold pieces, as well as several artifacts from the past that I'm going to be generic about, but that Bealdor would be very happy with. And I'm being generic specifically because I don't want you to start panicking like, what if this is another cursed item that's designed to screw Bealdor again? No, these are generic quest reward items for Bealdor.
We should leave the sword, though. I'm just going to tell everybody else. Like, that is not...
Oh, none of us know that it's cursed. You know it's cursed, right?
Yeah, I know that it's
and you can't really tell us,
but...
can you?
Well, I can, because, like, I could literally just say, hey, look, it's obvious that this sword is a real one. That sword was made as a decoy. Like, what do you think, like, a sword is just going to be lying around inside of a crystal clear chest? Like, you may as well have, like, giant arrows pointing towards it. I don't think the dart trap was a real trap.
But also, Lyra doesn't have her rapier anymore. Maybe she would benefit from a sword.
Okay, you are evil.
No.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Celia. Like, she gets 2 good rolls and then you have to bring her back down to size.
I have to ask, is anyone looking specifically at the chest or trying to pay attention to the pile of gold there?
This, I guess, like looking through. If that's what
you
already failed your
sword.
Oh, okay.
I'd be looking at the sword if that counts. Like,
yeah, I think that would count. I'll allow a perception check from you.
Okay. Wait, that is a nature check. Goddamn, I'm good at nature.
You did really well on your nature check.
I did. All right, and I failed my perception check horribly. What's a +5?
Okay.
I was just wondering then, though, about how we would split the money, because Ziriel seems very, this is my money.
Oh, I see how it is.
Whereas the rest of us are just like, it's a pool.
Tell me how you really feel, Celia.
You guys are about
I was
to
just
get a lot
wondering,
richer,
like, if he was going to
for
ask.
clarity's sake, but keep going.
Well, I was probably looking at the money and just thinking, Ziriel's definitely going to ask for like 85% of that.
Okay, yeah, roll a perception check.
Greed is good.
You notice that there's a false bottom and maybe like a secret compartment in the bottom of this chest.
Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna tell Tis, him being the one that's like nearest.
Shake out the sword, by the way.
Yeah, I think Tis would be like mid. Like, I was gonna say Tis is already touching it. Did you say that it's cursed, or did you?
Yeah, I would say that it's a trap and that we shouldn't touch the sword.
Not even just to be like contrarian or whatever, but I don't think I believe you. I don't think Tis believes, because like there's no reason to really, because Tis doesn't know that the other one is sentient. So Tis picks it up.
Tis, I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Good.
Okay, I'm really glad you rolled a 14. That means your alignment isn't suddenly and immediately changed to chaotic evil to start.
Oh my god.
On the other hand, the cursed sword does bind suddenly to your hand. Your hand is fused to it. You cannot let go. It's a -2 weapon.
It's what?
It's a -2 weapon. You get -2 on all your rolls to hit and all your damage.
That's really cursed. That's like super cursed.
Well,
this like tries to let go of it and can't.
It's stuck there.
Oh.
Does the sword count as a creature?
No, it is not sentient.
Oh yeah, miss, you were right. I should have listened.
It
sounded like you were going on nothing. I didn't. Oh.
It's gross too. You can actually see your flesh is like gross.
Yeah.
Your
like,
scale.
Can I try and dispel the magic around it?
Ooh, yeah, absolutely. Roll a d20, add your intelligence modifier. Just roll an intelligence check.
Oh. Intelligence. That's a saving throw. Here we go.
I also thought it was possible that there's like
Oh.
an unreliable narrator thing going on with Thirster.
Yeah, I think that like theoretically you're supposed to find this sword first, and that's supposed to make you trust the other one less. But yeah, with that dispel magic, it's a 7th level curse, so an 18 absolutely dispels it. It falls to the ground, clattering.
Nice.
You okay?
Oh, God. This is like clutching their ruined armor, like hyperventilating.
Do they have like a burn mark on their hand or anything, or is it just fine?
No, it seems fine. Their hand, maybe it's like a little like dried out more than anything else.
Blech.
Anybody want a new sword?
Zerial, was it just the sword or is it the full chest?
Well, how would I know?
Oh.
All that I know is the
Come
fact
on.
that like that sword is obviously not this sword, and this sword is the one with the actual strength to it. I'm just gonna make some chopping motions to stroke the sword's ego. I love my evil best friend.
Do you say that?
Best friends forever.
F is for fire, for uranium. Yes, so are we doing 750 each? The gold?
Let's wait before we do the math with the gold.
Sure.
We'll just say for now it's 3,000 gold, and let's tear through these quickly if you guys don't mind.
Yeah.
Relatively quickly. So
And
there is
this-
a secret compartment at the bottom of this if you guys want to open that.
Yeah.
Okay. Inside you find 2 potions and or vials of some sort.
Ooh.
I'll pass those over to
Pass them to
Sally.
Cereal.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I am the potion master. Huh?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
No, I
I
can
Nice
had
snake.
identify on the mine.
You
Yeah,
cast identify on it?
Yeah, can I just like figure out what the potions are?
Yeah, why don't you roll an alchemist's check with wisdom?
Alrighty.
Trust Snape with his potions.
This done. Yeah, like with Sage and alchemical researcher, this is
Yeah, that's a
An 11 is the DC for you. It's 8 because it's it's actually lower than that for you. It would be 9 because it's 6 plus the level of the spells imbued into the potions to figure it out for you. So this is a potion of haste and a potion of diminution, which is the reduced part of the enlarge reduce spell.
Oh,
Ooh.
heck yeah.
How long does a potion of diminution last?
Same as the enlarge reduce spell, so I think a minute.
Oh.
Potion of Sanic Speed.
Okay.
We should.
That's cool.
Well, should we
Yeah,
give
what
it to
else?
Tiss or like Celia?
I mean, I can do it more than... I mean, I can enlarge naturally, and then I can also cast it.
That's true. Yeah, so you already have it. I think
Mhm.
Celia would be good with the reduce because we could.
Are you
literally
saying I
throw
need to
her.
be smaller?
Yes, actually, because I think we could actually throw you like a football if you do get smaller. And
Like a
then I
football,
think
like a-
asthma would be perfect with the potion of haste.
You would be... Celia, you're 4th something?
I'm what?
You're 4 foot something?
I'm 4'3". I'm 4'3".
Right. So you'd
Should
be
be
like
compound
half a foot,
size.
I think. I think you'd be 6 inches tall. Because it's an eighth of your
I am
size.
so up for that. I am so up
Yeah.
for that.
So we'd be able to throw you like a tiny football. All right, I'd say we move on to the next. Nice, perfect. I'd say we move on to the next room then.
Yep.
And then who do we want to stay outside? Or let's
I
just
don't
open
mind.
the door first. Okay.
Okay. You open the door to room F. Okay. Marked a second burial vault, although clearly that a fallacious title because we're on our 3rd now. The door opens, and inside you see what looks like a moldering, dead skeleton.
Ew. I'm glad I'm not in there.
Carrying a sword of reasonable quality. It's a little old, ancient sword. It'd probably be worth something to the Alder.
I mean, Lyra, if you want to go in there and go get it, you can. I know you're missing a sword, but
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna go in there. Can I tell by the skeleton roughly how old it is? Like how long it's been?
First of all, roll a medicine check. Nice. It's definitely pretty old. You would say that this is definitely not like from a recent incursion into the tomb. So I'm gonna say around 1,000. Nope, sorry. This is actually. Oh, sorry. Let me read my instructions. Hold on. Don't just make shit up. Sometimes you gotta look at the thing. Oh no, this is This is very old. This is from when the tomb was made, probably. So around 5,000 years.
Oh.
And as you enter the room, the skeleton suddenly starts to move. It stands up and says, "Ah, long have I lain here, storing up my hatred for those that have entombed my brethren. Now they shall be unleashed on those who have wronged them. Please, get out of my way."
Can we just shut the door on him?
yes.
Technically, Lyra's in the room right now, but yeah, sure.
Can we pull Lyra out the room and shut the door?
Lyra, are you comfortable being pulled out of the room?
I kind of want us to take the sword from him.
Wait, can you just try to yank it, possibly?
I think that's gonna be helpful, so I think I'll just. Yeah, I mean, he's got like he's a skeleton and he's quite old. Be that.
See if you
You'll
can
be
like,
that hard.
yeah, see if you can try to steal it from him.
Yeah, do you want to like try and grapple his sword? You'll be grappling the blade end, so you'll be at disadvantage, but you know, you might beat him still.
Yeah, sure.
Give the old
Okay.
snatch and grab.
Lyra.
Contested athletics check, yours is at disadvantage.
No.
Oh.
Maybe you rolled
18.
really low. Oh, okay.
What? Oh, sorry, were you doing something, Tiss?
Oh, no, sorry.
What foulness is this? Do you try to take my weapon from me? I admit that I am grateful for freeing me, but why? Why do you steal from me? I must take revenge.
I just want a better weapon that doesn't have -1 on it.
You know, that's honest right there.
I think she'll actually say that to them, but I just want a stronger weapon. It's not good enough, and she'll just choke up a bit in her voice.
Yeah. Are you trying to be persuasive or deceptive?
Persuasive.
That's not deceptive at
I know.
all.
I'm just asking.
That's
so
Okay, yeah.
honest.
Roll persuade. Yeah, roll persuasion.
That's so heartwarming.
Please.
Oh, beautiful roll.
So the skeleton walks towards you, holding its sword tightly, and puts its bony finger underneath your jaw and points it up at him, and then reaches and takes a tear and says, "Fear not, traveler of this tomb. I shall grant this weapon to you as a gift, for I need it not. My magics are all that I need. Here. But in future, know you should ask rather than attempt to steal."
Manners.
What a lad.
Thank you so much. She's just gonna try and just lean in for like a really awkward hug. The skeleton, because why not?
Oh my god.
A very distancing hug because the skeleton's kind of old and nasty.
It's all good.
A
So he
coronavirus.
starts trying to leave the room.
Yeah, no, let him pass.
Let's just let him go.
And he walks into the main room. He says, "Oh no! Who has let Akarut escape from his environs and dungeons? I must find him and defeat him and re-imprison him before too long. Fare thee well. Wish me luck upon my quest." And the
You got-
skeleton starts jogging away.
Have a good one. See,
This
we're
is
just
all on
like,
his own.
we're just like setting a bunch of people off after each other.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Hilarious.
All right.
Like, we're just like battling Pokemon NPCs.
Oh, this will call out
Yeah.
after him. What's your name?
An excellent question, my fine friend. My name is Undead Skeleton B.
Oh my god, my favorite, my hero.
Your family name?
I mean, Undead Skeleton A is in the first.
Oh.
phase.
All right, Now I've been waiting to do this for like 20 minutes, and I'm going to do the most genius things. Everybody get behind those bars. Those are iron bars, and I have in my command 4, count them, 4 sets of manacles. I am going to wrap the manacles around the bars in order to seal them as if it were locked.
Beautiful.
But we have a padlock.
Not anymore
you're not
because it's
anymore.
on the other door.
You've locked the padlock is over here. So actually, our undead skeleton friend like runs up to the padlock and is like, I cannot get out. Does anyone have a key to prevent me to allow me to escape?
Can I like re-pick it from him to let him go out and live it again?
Yeah, so you pick the lock for him. Thank you. I regret even less giving you my sword.
Aw, Undead Skeleton B, you're our favorite, our hero.
A real
Okay, mascot,
MVP.
And he turns and walks up the door and up the stairs.
All right, we're gonna lock the padlock behind that.
Yes.
Not that we don't have faith, but like,
Yes,
I
you
doubt
relock
he's
the
ever
padlock over
returned.
there. Seems totally fair. Lyra, can you do me a favor and roll a perception check?
Please roll well because I have a feeling. Oh god damn it, Lyra.
Nope. Okay.
Oh,
Excellent.
I had a feeling.
And you come over here and you're locking yourself inside the iron cage by the throne, in between the curtain, in between the iron cage and the curtains on the west.
Yep.
There's also a secret door on the south. And guys, I know what's on the other side of that secret door, so I know that this is where we are going to stop for the day.
Damn.
Sorry about that. So that's going to be where we're going to end today's session. Let's hold up to experience points though, because I think we did pretty well. Tis/Marcus.
Yeah.
You got 3,000 gold from the chest. There's also 3,000 gold in the room with the mummy. So I'm just going to call that 6,000 gold that you can divide between the 4 of you. Oh, you see. So I didn't want to do that math over and over and over again. There's some 6,000 very easy. It's just 1,500 each if you split it evenly. Okay. Let's do some experience points today. You are going to get a lot of experience points today from a lot of different things. Okay, we killed 3 ochre jellies, correct? Nice. We unlocked 3 blood magic spells, correct?
Yep.
I can get it. Sorry, there's a little bug that's been flying around and I haven't gotten it. Oops, I have the wrong number. You escaped the wrath of a mummy lord, yes? So that gets you 1/8 experience, right? Yes. So oops.
I'm going to like my evil new friend. We have all sorts of malice to do together.
I also have you escaped your fate, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and you made friends with an evil sword.
And a chair. Made friends with a chair too.
You made friends with a chair. I already gave you credit for blood magic that you learned. Let's see. Anything else that we got here? Yes. Broke out of a burial vault. Avoided a cursed sword or uncursed yourself from a cursed sword. Guys, you're going to get a lot of experience today. Oh my god. And freed an undead former paladin.
Oh, he's a
He was a paladin. Okay.
Little undead skeleton B.
Anything? Yeah, that's skeleton B. Do you have a problem with that? Anything else that you guys did that I should be giving you credit for? Do you think?
Oh, I have side quest points.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you. That'll be divided between everyone. I assume you're okay with that. Jeez. Oh my god,
yes.
that too.
Our
Awesome.
XP, not my XP.
Yeah.
Sounds like communism to me, pal.
Doesn't it?
It is. For those of you
I
that
love how
don't know, Tiss guest starred on an episode of the Monday Show. Actually, 2 episodes of the Monday Show, and got some XP from doing that. And so that is, of course, divided off 4 for you guys. So it was awesome too. And Tiss knows a little bit more about what's going on than some other people, although Marcus knows a lot more about what's going on than anyone. Sort of. Okay, anything else that I should give you guys experience points for that you can think of that happened today?
For 100% not forgetting that Grasswick is with us this entire
Oh
time.
yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, he's sitting in the room. He's sad and lonely. We'll give him a token next time. Here, let's give him a token so I don't forget.
You know, I have better feelings towards Undead Skeleton B than I do Grassstick. Is that wrong?
I kind of do too.
To be fair, Undead Skeleton B was much more helpful than Grassstick has ever been, so...
It's true. I believe in him.
That's
I
true,
think
too.
he's going to take down Akarut.
He's lovely.
Undead Skeleton B or Grassstick?
He's lovely.
Oh, okay.
Undead
USB.
Skeleton B. Grassstick, sit in a corner and cry.
Anything else that I owe you guys experience points for? Oh, unlocking a door. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Beautiful. Wow. Okay, guys. There are 4 of you playing, right?
Uh-huh.
Guys, I have no idea how this all worked out this well, but you guys get 2,003 experience from today's session.
Wow.
So what does that put us at? Because I've been too lazy to do the math.
29,096.
You're getting close to that level 8 sweet spot. Get another feat or whatever you want.
What's level 8? Or like what? Experience
35.
points? Oh,
Ooh.
34, something like that. I don't exactly know.
That's exciting.
34.
not bad.
Not too far.
And then I
at
can
all.
beat Hammer from Avatar.
Sounds good.
So
Well, thank you for watching. I hope you had a good time. And with that, we are going to call it a day. Please do not forget to take care of yourself, and also, if you can, take care of other people, particularly people who are less well off than you. Take the time to support them if you can. Take the money to support them if you can. Take the effort to support them if you can. Find ways of helping people who are doing less well off than you. One of my favorite things, one of my favorite pieces of advice that I ever saw was find someone who was in a similar position to you a year ago, assuming that you were worse off a year ago, and support them. Figure out a way to help them out. Make them, do things. That's a wonderful thing to do. Particularly if they are from a disadvantaged community, someone who is LGBTQIA+ or BIMPOC, or really any disadvantaged community that you can think of. Even poverty line is another important one that we can think of as well. But all these things interact and intersect, and it's important that we understand that our identities are never one thing. Any understanding of personhood that is reduced to one thing is an understanding of personhood that does not understand personhood very well. So please do your best to take care of others as best you can. And with that, please, please, please remember the most important advice that we can give you is always to call your cat and feed your mom.
You're not jumping out that window.
Bye. You just call your